Well, welcome back to Cityline. With me right now are two amazing warriors who are here to talk about National Wear Red Day as it applies to the American Heart Association, which they are near and dear to my heart. Please join me in welcoming Kira Smidlin. Welcome back, actually.
Thank you. It's nice to be
How
back.
long has it been since you were on the comfy couch?
Gosh, I think it was probably 8 years ago.
Yeah, before COVID. BC,
Yeah.
before COVID.
Yeah.
There we go. You are the Washington Go Red for Women ambassador. And I do actually remember your story. So I
Yeah.
can't wait for us to talk with you. And let's get a little shoe cam on those red pumps.
Yes,
How we doing there,
there we
Miss Cheryl in
go.
the booth?
Can
Let's see if we
I
can
do a
get
little
one.
shoe modeling?
All right, there
There
it
we
is.
are. There it is.
Look at
that.
those.
Aren't those something?
You know, women's pumps have been used to describe so many things, but I always think of walk a mile in her shoes and all the men who used to walk in those shoes to raise money for, I think it was breast cancer. You, my beautiful woman, Ashley Mahorick, Senior Development Director for the American Heart Association Puget Sound Chapter. Welcome to Cityline. It's great to have you here. All right, so Kira, you've been selected as a Go Red for Women ambassador in Washington this year. Let me hear about your personal connection to this cause. Can you share a bit about your story and why this is so important to you?
Yes. So I did have sudden cardiac arrest. I was about 10 years ago. I was in my son's room cuddling with him Saturday morning, and I stopped breathing. And he ran to his dad and said, "Mom's not breathing. There's something wrong with Mom." And he comes running into the room and saw that I was gray, not breathing. So he had Bryce call 911, and my husband did CPR. And he did CPR for like 8 minutes till the firefighters got there. And they got a heartbeat and took me to the hospital, where I continued to crash. Like, I ended up getting 40 shocks through my whole stay there. I was shocked so many times, to the point where they were saying, "She's not going to make it. Get all the family and friends here. She's probably you're going to have to say your goodbyes." So at that point, my son just came into my room. I was on life support and in a coma, and he was talking to me saying, "Mom, you got to fight. You can't die. I need you." And while he was doing this, talking for quite a while, my vitals were going up. And they said, "Have him keep talking to her. She's hearing him." So a few days later, I come to and I asked for a pen. I can't talk because I'm on life support, and signal I needed to write something. And I write, "Bryce is amazing." So it was one of those things where I was hearing him. So anyway, so after that, I was in the hospital for a few weeks, and yeah, so that's where I got involved with the American Heart Association after that.
Oh my gosh. I don't know, you've probably watched people with this reaction, Ashley, when she tells her story. I don't know what to say. There's so many pieces I want to pull out and ask more of.
Yeah, there's
because I mean, as a mom, I think about your child, I think about your husband.
Yeah.
And we talk about doing CPR, and you said your husband. Tell our audience what you told me in the green room about performing CPR.
So performing CPR is very easy to do, and it's kind of one of those things you just don't forget once you've learned, right? There's 2 steps. You call 911, which was great. My son at 9, which was really impressive for me when I heard that. I was like, oh, good for him. But it's just, you are doing it hard and fast, like 100 to 120 beats per minute. And now they do it to a song. It's like Staying Alive.
There we go.
There's other songs out there that you can do in your head when you're performing it, but it's such a simple thing to learn for people that, yeah. And my husband says to this day, he will never forget that feeling of doing CPR on me.
Tell me how you're doing today.
I'm doing really good. 10 years down the road, and after hearing right? When I've been told that they didn't think I was going to make it. Well,
Yeah.
I am now on heart medication, and they put a pacemaker defibrillator in. So
Okay.
if it happens again, I will be shocked. So it's like an electrical storm I had.
So you have all this protection now inside of
do.
you, but that's just not enough, because
Right.
the Heart Month theme is be the beat, and that requires us to understand how to learn how to do CPR,
Right.
where to get it, and obviously CPR saved your life.
It did.
Even though your
really did.
husband maybe was afraid, somehow that pressure
It did.
allowed you
Yep.
days later to wake up.
Yep. I wouldn't have made it had he not done CPR.
It's incredible. So, Ashley, the Go Red for Women movement has a goal around CPR this year. Tell us what it is, because we're women, we're goal-oriented.
We are very goal-oriented, and when we come together, you can't stop.
That's right. Good things happen.
And like you mentioned, we have the Be the Beat theme this year. So really our goal is to have every household know how to do hands-only CPR. And there's a variety of ways that they can learn how to do it, whether it's watching a 90-second video online. You can also visit the kiosk at the SeaTac airport if you wanted to get that gamification and practice doing the compressions, see if you're doing it fast enough, deep enough. So we're really calling everybody to learn how to do hands-only CPR.
And there it is, hands. Now, when
Yep.
you say hands only, I'm gonna tease it apart just a little bit, because I grew up and I saw CPR that was administered with chest compression, and then you went and you blew air into their mouth. When you say hands only, what does it mean?
Yeah, so we actually did research over a variety of years and found that removing the breaths, while they're still important, emergency personnel will do them if necessary, but doing hands-only CPR really increases the bystander rate because it removes just additional barriers, whether it be cultural feelings of intimacy or because of COVID, putting your mouth on
Right.
somebody else. And so really CPR is, the goal is getting the blood flowing through your body, so it's keeping that oxygen going. So by doing the compressions, it is pushing and continuing to move that blood flowing. So it's ultimately increasing the rate of bystanders being willing to respond in an emergency.
Oh, I bet. And then, of course, all that blood goes to the brain. All of that's so important when the brain is deprived of oxygen. Let's talk about National Wear Red Day. I love this day. Annually, it's on Friday of February every year, the first Friday. When this year it's February 3rd. Can you share with us what you are asking all of us, men and women and children, to do on that day?
Absolutely. I mean, starting with wear your red,
Yeah.
rock it that day, whether it be your shoes, whether it be a tie, you can really pop it in any way that you can. But raising awareness, post on social media, take a group photo with your family or with your office. And when you're in the office or at home, you can also do a heart healthy snack, like have apples, have strawberries, some grapes, anywhere that you can add that red into the day. And posting on social media, you can hashtag GoRedWA or GoRedWA to connect with us on social media and share your story and really just raise awareness and around learning CPR that day as well.
Oh, have someone come into your office and teach the whole office CPR. You know, an hour out of your day can save someone's life. You know, we here at TV Tacoma, we had one of our producers that was having he was in trouble, and the other producer was just leaving and just got this feeling that something was wrong. Went back, and he was having a stroke.
Oh, God.
So we live with our coworkers so much now, whether we're remote or we're putting in a 12-hour day so we can have the next day off. So you never know when you're going to need these skills, do you?
That's true.
Kira and Ashley both, how do each of you plan to celebrate? And let's start with you first.
Well, I plan on the same thing, wearing red. I do quite often.
You do it so well.
I do. And I'm going to see if I can get my whole office involved and wear red. Probably go home, walk the dog, get out and
There
have a
we
little
go.
walk in the day. Yeah. Just celebrate it with my family too.
Do you celebrate the anniversary of your cardiac arrest?
We do. I call it my rebirthday. I get 2 birthdays in a year. So
I
I
love
have it
that.
to my benefit. It's my rebirthday.
So I want to ask this question, and this is not a question that we had on the script to ask, but I have to ask now that I hear your story.
Yeah.
How is your son?
He's awesome.
Okay.
I mean, I'm gonna just. He's doing great. He gets involved with the American Heart Association too. He'll get up there and do speeches with me. He's taught CPR at the Girls and Boys Club of America. He's now going to Christian college. He wants to be a minister. He's just doing a great job.
Oh, I love that. That is like the best thing, because one person doesn't have cardiac arrest. One person doesn't have a stroke
Right.
or a heart attack. It's the whole family.
It is true.
Everybody. Your life, you wake up and it changes automatically.
We got our whole family involved with American Heart Association for that reason, because it was a family.
Yeah, that's right. The family had a cardiac arrest.
we did.
How were you going to celebrate this day?
Oh gosh, wearing red, going out for the walks, just we'll be visiting a variety of companies and individuals on that day just to celebrate with them, taking photos. I think about just how it impacts the family and everybody around you. And I know one of the things that you guys always have a requirement that when she goes out, somebody has to know, at least two people have to know how to do CPR, because if something happens, they need to be able to know to respond. And unfortunately, the person you're most likely have to do CPR on is a family member, because 70% of the time it's out of home. And that was the same case for me with my boyfriend of doing CPR on me. And so it's really raising that awareness and talking about it with your kids and making sure that they're comfortable, like that they know how to call 911. And so it's just having that conversation, I think, is really one of the key things that I want to make sure to do on Wear Red Day, is making sure to talk about, like, do you know what CPR is? Do you know you can do CPR on a dog? Like just those little things.
Oh, absolutely. Because, I mean, both of you are walking, living survivors. Yay. But also you are teachers, because you can teach how to do this. And each of you understands that there's more to learn than just CPR. It's all those things, Ashley, we need to learn in terms of the life that Kira has, that she has been able to maintain through healthy steps.
Absolutely.
So it includes exercise, eating right, knowing your numbers. What am I missing?
Knowing your history.
Knowing your history. There we go. Yeah, and sometimes that's hard, because if our parents are gone and we come from very small families, we don't know if they had heart issues.
Right.
Yep.
But we always have a chance to rebirth, don't we?
Right, we do.
Yeah, to start over again. Both of you are a walking miracle. And it always amazes me when women of your caliber say, I had a heart attack, I had a stroke, I had cardiac arrest. Because I think in our minds, we have it how people should look if they're going to have that. We don't have in our minds brilliant dynamos that come and share good news on Cityline. So thank you for being here
thank
today.
you.
You two are amazing. And go red.
Go red.
There we go, go red. We have much more to come on Cityline. When we come back, Craftopia will be in the house. You don't want to miss that. We'll be right back.